Welcome back to my channel. My name is Perriette. Welcome back to Tap In 365. So I have a special guest here today. To my left, I have Steven. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So how do you feel coming to this podcast?
I mean, it's a new thing, so just trying to get started.
Oh, that's good. And then right over to the left is Princess. Hey, girl.
Hey.
So the topic in for today, it's talking about friendship. And I just want to help a lot of people out there, to understand what friends mean, because we do get confused what, friendship means, if you guys know what I mean. So first question, what do you think friendship means?
I mean, I think friendship is it could be a balance, or friends per se. In my meaning towards it, it's like it's bonding, being able to communicate, being able to understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody needs help, or let's say somebody's struggling, you're able to basically lay on that friend for them to provide something towards you.
Hmm.
So,
So if you reciprocate all that to that friend,
mhm.
and that friend doesn't give you that back in return, like, how would you address that?
I mean, that's not a friend for you. 'Cause
But would you tell that person, or would you just just disappear?
I believe I would tell them, because I think they gotta realize what they can't do towards like a friendship or any type of even a relationship in that case, because if they're not able to, I guess, understand you and basically able to talk it out, able to communicate stuff like that, and they're not able to do that, it's like, okay, like, what type of friend are you?
Hmm.
You're not a good person at that point.
True. So what can you tell the audience? What are the red flags on finding a friendship that's not doing the correct things?
Um, the red flags, I mean, in what term?
Like, before they consider them as a friend, because sometimes when you have a friend and then
Mhm.
you're doing a lot of things and you're thinking, oh, they're my friends, right? And then they give you some red flags, but you just don't be paying attention to them, because you
Mhm.
thinking, because you give your all, and they're doing some kind of shady things behind your back, but you're not paying attention because you feel like they're my friend.
Mhm.
So what can you tell to the audience? Like, listen, if you see this and this, pay attention. Maybe you got to have a second opinion. Like, maybe you don't need to move forward and trying to make it as your friend. Just like ease yourself out of it
Mhm.
before you feed into it. And then now you might regret it down the line.
Yeah. I would think first off, it's somebody talking behind your back. That's one thing. Like, if you start to realize somebody's talking behind your back, that could be a problem.
Mm.
Another thing could be them keeping secrets from you, not being truthful, lying,
Mm.
things about that. That's pretty. Yeah, that could be like the main parts of red flags that you might see in a friend. You might just want to step away and like, let me not just entertain you right now. Let me
Mm-hmm.
observe you right quick. Let me see if you're actually a good friend. If they start to show those signs
Mm-hmm.
about themselves, then that's when you should cut it off.
Okay. So, Princess, what do you think a friendship looked like to you?
Friendship look like something that's a give and take. Um, I wouldn't say someone that's always there for me because everyone has their own life,
Okay.
but someone that's just not always around for the good times. I would want to know, for friends, you're there for the good and bad. So it's not like you're just here to enjoy me when I'm on my highs, and then when I'm on my lows, I don't see you. So for me, a friendship is someone who can be in every level with me, whether I'm up or down. I would consider you a friend.
Great. So, because it's good to hear from a female version and a male version, because females think different
Mm-hmm.
from a man, because most mans, they thinking that, oh, I got some, that's my homeboy,
Mm-hmm.
and we ride or die. They would never miss, this own me, or don't treat me right, because you feel like, because we're dogs and we're going to keep it real, versus females, we're the Some of them are very shady.
Yeah.
They don't say anything and they be talking behind your back. I don't know if men do that, but they might have their little slimy way.
Yeah,
If
they
I'm
got
not,
little slimy ways and stuff like that.
but from a younger version and the older version, people in the 20s, when you're in high
Right.
school, you do dumb stuff, but then when you hit in your 20 brackets all the way to your 30s, that's when you start realizing what friends mean. Sometimes you really don't, because sometimes friends only see you when you only have money. When you have money,
Right.
oh, they're your
Everyone's
best friend.
around for the good part. So I think it's important to have the experience. As you get older, you start to realize what you would consider a friend or what you want around you. So for me, once you hit the 30 brackets, it's a little different. I don't really care for friends. It gets to a point where, if something's not working out, I'll have the conversation, because I think it's good that a person know their flaws and understand it and try to fix it. And if they don't, I don't mind taking a step back. It's not prioritized anymore to like have a friend at this moment to me. If we're friends, we're friends. If we're not, we're not. At the end of the day, when you're in your 30s and you have responsibilities, it's not like your friends are coming over taking care of your responsibilities. So those things don't matter anymore.
True.
As much as they would when you're younger. Because, you get out of high school, you're always together, and then you have to separate.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of true. Like
mm,
20s, 30s, and the 40s,
Yeah.
when you hit the 40 brackets, you don't really care about that anymore.
if you
You
weren't in
only
the
have
group,
two.
right,
It's maybe one or two friends that you could do a lot of things with. You go to brunch and stuff like that.
circle
But when
gets smaller.
you get what I'm saying, so sometimes it's a little bit kind of hard to understand, because when you give your all, it's just like now you're tired, especially like you said, you have responsibility. So if I had to give my all to a friend, I'd rather give it to my kids, because they're the one that's not gonna disown me or treat me bad or talk behind my back. I mean, yeah, kids do have little shady ways too, but still they still come back to their parents. So me having friends is like, I take friends a little bit serious. Like, if I consider you as a friend, because there's a difference between a best friend and a friend. So some people get confused with that, or associates. Like, I talked to you today.
Right.
I enjoy the moment with you. We both depart. Doesn't mean that you could continue calling me every single day and then you thinking that I got to come into your rescue and stuff like that. And there's another friend that I will look up to you like, okay, you're my friend. I will hang out. I'll talk to you maybe every other day. Cause I'm a kind of person, I don't like to be on the phone every day, because I get bored very quickly. Like, if I talk to you and I say what I had to say to you, don't call me tomorrow and talk about the same thing we just talked about yesterday. Cause then I'm like, okay, we just spoke about that. Like, what part do you don't understand? And I don't like repeating myself twice. Now, I have other friends that they are ride or die. Like, if something is going on with me and you call them up, they could be anywhere and they will come check up on you. Like, girl, I got you. Like, you need this, I got your back. And those are the friends that I will cherish. Like, if they going through something, I will go ahead and sacrifice myself, even though it could be my last. I will make sure you're good, because I already know when I'm on my downfall, you're right behind me. So there's three, I said two, but I think there's three types of friends, because I don't like friends to be calling me over nonsense, calling me at 6 o'clock in the morning, trying to know my whereabouts. And sometimes those are the sneaky ones, because they always want to know every movement. And then deep down inside, they just want to know what you're doing, how you doing it, who it is, so they could be in that same path, so they could beat you to it. So technically, that's not a friend. That's like, I think I call them snakes. So I don't know. I just learned a lot from using these word friends. I have friends who backstab me. I have friends who act like they want to do things with me, losing money. I have friends that always telling me, that's another thing about relationship. When you telling friends about your relationship, especially if their relationship is not the part, and they want to sit here and tell you what about your relationship, that's a red flag for me. First, I did not understand, because I feel like, oh, you're my friend. And then you start doing what they tell you to do. Oh, yeah, do X, Y, and Z. And then you start doing it. And then the person that you're dating will be like, why are you doing that?
They get the bad habits of the good habits.
You get what I'm saying? So I had to learn my mistakes on that. And I lose a lot of good people in the past because listening to friends. So instead of me listening to myself and understand, okay, who the person I'm with and how can I deal with the relationship, I just go by what my friend did, and I see the situation that they go through, and I feel like, okay, maybe every guys are the same, but realistically they're not. So everybody just use different methods on friendship. So I don't know. That's the reason why I was just asking.
Well, you should. I'm very, very careful on who I ask advice from. And I'm not going to say because you're single, I wouldn't take advice from you. Or because your relationship was bad, I wouldn't take advice. It's the type of advice you're giving me. So I think at some point it's about your mental well being of how you operate and how you think. And I think once you understand yourself, you can take advice. Some people are very naive. They'll take advice and run with it. Like, oh, she said to do this. I'm going to go do that. Oh, he told me he thinks she's cheating on me, so it must be true because he went through that same stuff. It was like almost the same pattern. So, yeah, maybe she's this. And I think sometimes you have to do your own evaluation before taking advice from anyone in general. So it's advice. So
True.
Doesn't
And
mean you
sometime-
have to take it. It's an opinion.
And sometimes friends, when they see you have a good person in your hand, they would do
Right.
anything for you to that person to break up so they could be under your skin. They could be right. And then you know what's so crazy? Y'all mans are so funny. You know what?
Oh, I
I'm
feel
gonna
so
hold.
bad
I'm
for
gonna
you,
hold the
'cause-
next topic on this one because I have a couple of guys in here, but on my next video we'll talk about that. But most mans are very, very funny on certain things, and I'm not gonna put you out there like that. But I'll just wait.
'Cause he's
I just wait for someone else to
solo
come
out
in here.
here.
Yeah. So,
Alright,
but do you have like one best friend that you ride or die for?
I'm gonna be honest. Me being like totally transparent, I don't have no friends, and there's a reason because of that. Because like, you know, I could talk to people, associate with other like individuals, and I feel like we don't have the same characteristics or the same goals in life. You know, there's some people.
Yes, I did say that.
Yeah, there's some people out there. You know, I could talk to. You know, I could have a good laughter with them, get a drink or whatever.
And it
but
stays there, right?
yeah, it just stays there. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, move on with the friendship.
But don't
it.
they call you and trying to see what?
Not even that. Not even that. So it's like, me personally, I never had someone actually call me or a friend actually call me like, yo, how you doing and stuff like that. They would hit me up, text me, or be like, yo, what's up? On a blue moon, like every 3 months, 4 months. But it would never be like I never had like an actual friendship to where it's like we could hang out every day, we could do things every day. You know what I mean? It was never like that. And like the reason because of that, because like I was just repeating, they didn't have the same goals, same mindset as me. So it's like I'm chasing something, but you're trying to chase something else. You're just trying to stay mediocre. I'm trying to be amazing. So.
And you never find a friend like that yet.
Yeah, I never really found a friend like that. Either if I probably would talk to people that have the same mindset as me, but I can never gravitate towards what they do or how they do it.
So you just focus on yourself, just trying to shine, make sure that once you hit it to the top, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Oh, I agree with him 100%.
Hey.
I totally feel the same way when it comes to friends. Like, if we're not wanting the same things, or if I'm moving to a higher level and you're still on the same level, we have nothing really more in common anymore. Maybe in the previous time when we both were on the same level, it was more to talk about and more to do. But gradually we will depart because while you're still wanting to do those same lame stuff, I'm moving forward and I don't have time for those things. And you might take it personal, or you thinking that I'm acting like I'm too good now because I don't have time to entertain what you want to do, and which I really don't. So eventually the friendship will have its time to depart.
So if you do end up finding that friend that you just mentioned, and that friend want to open a business,
That friend would have to be at the top.
I feel like you gotta learn from somebody. It's just like
Right.
you can't just open a business and both of y'all don't know nothing.
We can't both be on the same level.
Yeah, y'all
You would
can't both be
have
on
to
the
be
same
on a higher level than me for me to
'Cause-
feel safe enough to want to.
but what
Do
if you
those
both
things.
have the same mindset and you
Same
both
mindset's not enough for me. For me, it's my opinion.
okay?
So it's not enough for me. I need someone that's already there, and they can guide me.
It's almost
it's
like a mentor.
right. I can't keep staying on the same level. I mean, we're both learning, and then what happens if one of us pick up before the other? Is the other person going to be intimidated by that, or are they going to be okay with it and wanting to learn? Because remember, we both started at the same spot, so now it's a competition almost in a way. So now you're here, and they're still trying to catch up, and now we're playing frenemies because, oh, now she thinks she knows everything, she doesn't need me, versus someone who's already set wouldn't have to think that. because you're already set. So it's like I'm helping you, and I'm able to take that help because I know you know what you're doing.
Mm. But what happened is sometimes someone could be on that level, and then you assume that they're helping you, and then they turn around and backstab you.
You're gonna get backstabbed either way. Well, at least in the process of getting the backstab, I learned a lot.
You learned a lot, exactly.
So I'd rather learn a lot than getting backstabbed with someone's in the same level with me and nowhere moved. We didn't go anywhere.
Okay. Wow. So for the audience out there, like, what kind of advice can you give to the younger version? Like, how to be careful, because right now in this generation, there's a lot of younger kids are doing the wrong things, and it's like kids are getting killed over friends or over girlfriends or whatever.
It's just people being envious of each other, and really there's no advice that you can give to where someone might want to listen. Some people have to actually go through the experience like I did. I had to go through enough experience to know, like, this is not something that I want to keep repeating. I keep getting the same results, so something has to change within me. Because some kids, they would listen, and some, they have to learn. So if you have to learn the hard way, then so be it.
Wow.
Yeah, sad, but it is
It
true.
is. It's just like, because I do see a lot of
Well, think about yourself. Haven't you got advice about certain friendship? Would you say that you took those advice and you listened, or did you go through enough and then you were more aware of what you would consider a friend now?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's my friend. I know her for 10 years, and so what? It was just time wasted.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're totally right. So, is it okay for male or for a male version? Is it okay for a male to have female friends, and is it okay for females to have male friends?
You know what? I was gonna say something, but I'm being recorded.
Because there's a lot of people out there thinking that, because I'm a female and I can't have male friends, which I feel like there is no tie to tell me who I could be friends with, because to me, even if you're a male or a female, if I see you as a friend bracket, that's all you're going to be.
Guys have different perspective. For them, they consider that if you have a guy as a friend, that
you're end up
there was he's just there until his time is up.
True.
And as a woman, I wouldn't understand that because I'm not a guy. So, after hearing enough guys say it, it's like, is that really true? Because to me, if I friend zone you,
that's all friend zone you. Exactly. And I do hear that a lot in the podcast.
If other steps haven't been taken, they won't be taken. I don't care how intoxicated I am, they won't be taken. Exactly. That's me. I can't speak for every other woman. And that's why I go where everyone does the compare and contrast. Oh, yeah, but I'm not every woman. Exactly. If I place you in a zone, you will stay in that zone. I don't care how many years pass. What you do, I made my mind up a long time ago.
And I agree with you 100% on that.
You can't explain that to everyone. So.
No, you really can't. It is kind of hard, because I do see a lot of them on on the podcast and stuff. People, guys keep saying that. Oh yeah, women's. You need to understand that. When you have a bunch of friends, guys, and this and that. And I'm just like, okay.
Remember, we had a whole debate. It was so out of proportion. So for me, I no longer want to make it make sense. If that's what it is, if a guy is my friend because he's waiting for his turn, then that's
so be it.
He's waiting.
You're going to be waiting
forever.
You'll be 6 feet under. Be praying for that one. I'm just saying. But nah, if I consider you as a friend, that's all you're going to be to me. So again, every woman out there is a little bit different. I know, there's some women out there, even though they have this particular guy, they have a friend, and they built themselves the relationship, and then if things apart, and then they end up being together, then that's upon them, because things happen. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But people don't have to say that, if you have a friend guy, a guy's going to sit there and wait until this woman, until she done with this relationship, and then, I could scoop myself in there.
I'm not going to say that's not true. That's true. Guys do it.
I think it also matters if you find the friend attractive. So, in a guy perspective, say if I find, I'm talking to a girl,
okay,
she becomes my friend. Like, she's in another relationship. But if I find her attractive, it's almost like, I could probably see myself with her. So in that perspective, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna talk to her. If she's going through any relationship problems, I'm there for her. If you need anything, I'm there for you. it's almost like you're building up a relationship higher than a friendship, but slowly, even when she's with her boyfriend or a relationship.
But that's all an illusion.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
listening to
guys
him.
have the patience, from my understanding, to take their time to wait their shot.
But it's kind of crazy. They have the patient.
This
to-
is this is a guy perspective.
I have to
He's
wait
a
for
guy.
other- yes,
So
I
to
guess.
me, as a woman speaking, it's going on deaf ears to a man, because it's like no one cares about what you zoned him as. It's what his intentions are. And I think that's the issue as women. We don't try to accept. I have learned to accept it at this point. That okay,
Mm.
men's have their own agenda towards what they want, and
Women's-
regardless of what I say I want it to be, it doesn't matter, because he's still going towards what he's. I'm your friend until it's my shot.
So since you said that, the guys, if they see that woman attractive, but what if that woman tell you, listen, I only see you as a friend?
You
Won't
still waiting on your shot.
So you still gonna wait on that, or you just gonna move on and look for somebody else, or you just gonna continue trying to figure out what can I do to get in there?
stay in the
I
background.
mean, let's be honest. In between that time, you probably messing with other females. So
Exactly.
it's
right.
not like it's not like you're really just on solely that one female and
Mhm.
trying to get her. So
Okay.
you're probably on other females. You're probably having other intercourses with other females at that point. Having relationships, going on dates, but you're still solely with that friend, having conversations, being there for her. Now let's per se. Not a lot of females, I would say, agree upon what you were saying. That basically was like, if I call you a friend, you're a friend. Some people are like, yeah, I'll call you a friend, you're a friend. But she'll slowly start to get attracted to you. Try to get, like, say if you start coming up, you get more money on your face, or you start
okay.
looking more attractive, you start getting more physique, or something upon those lines. You start treating her better than her actual boyfriend. It's like, okay, why was I not really not looking at him towards a relationship advice? I was just looking at him towards a friend. So like, let me open my eyes and actually look at him like as a boyfriend or a relationship.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? That the way that you just said that, wow,
Oh.
you said it perfect. Yeah, that was
Wow.
good. I never even think about that part.
That is kind of
Now, would we say when we're calling people friends, are we talking about friends that we haven't been intimate with, or
That's- yeah,
people
that is
that
what
we
I'm
have broken up with and we're
We-
friend zoning you? Because then there's a little
a friction.
casual-
Okay.
friction of where there can be a issue at.
Okay. So, that does make a lot of sense.
Right.
So, is it okay to be friends with your ex?
Me personally, I don't think it's okay.
I don't think so either.
Nah.
Do you even
I'm
think
not-
that would work?
No.
It could work.
It matters. It matters what type of friendship y'all had. Like, if y'all started from a friendship, it wasn't on some first date or second date.
Right.
We're fucking. But it wasn't on that. It was on some, let's get to know each other. Let's have a conversation. Let's actually build a relationship, like a friendship relationship. Then we could bring that on to an actual relationship, like boyfriend and girlfriend. If it grew upon that, then I'll say, yeah, y'all could probably be friends if it ends. But if it comes off of, I met you for one night, we had great sex, and after that, we started talking, texting, we went on multiple dates. It was so fast that, is it really actual
A friendship, right?
Mm,
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Or
Okay.
this is a friend with benefits type of an issue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Okay. But do the guys know the difference? Because, they always want to chew on the females, like, we don't know stuff. But do the guy know the difference? I mean, just because the man said, oh, yeah, like what you just said, you break it down in different dialogues. So I just want to know.
You're saying one
One
thing,
thing.
but your action is saying another. So,
So do the man know the difference?
The difference to what? I'm sorry.
Like, okay,
what is a friendship for a guy? If you say that a girl is your friend, what does that look like to you?
I mean, it looks, for me, I would say, like, we just talk about day-to-day life. If I need any
Right.
girlfriend advice, or let's say if I'm having troubles with my girlfriend, or just on some.
oh, so it's okay for a man to talk to another female
I
talking
think
about
it
the
is.
tr- That's what
I
I
give
said.
the best advice.
If we didn't have no sexual intercourse, it was no relationship towards that, or like it was just mutual friends. We're good together, and we're grown. I would say there's no problem having an actual friend, actual female friend.
Thank you. So the
Yeah.
same thing applies for the females. It's
Yeah.
okay for a female to have male friends if they're going through some situation.
And some
Don't
Pause
no, no,
again.
no,
It's
no,
like,
but-
but
and some men, like, even me, like, if I see you as a friend, I only see you as a friend. I'm never gonna like cross that
Same thing
boundary.
with the women.
Yeah, I'm never gonna cross that
Exactly.
boundary trying to get you lit or try to,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
So the same thing applies for the women. If a
Mhm.
women's have a guy friend, I'm going to see you as a friend. So it doesn't matter if whatever on their mind, I just want to see you as a friend. That's it.
Mhm.
So I mean, the same way you just said it so directly to me is the same way I could say
I
it
think
directly.
guys say it because they kind of know how to make up their mind. And thinking, as for us, maybe we're not very solid when we make our mind up.
Well, like he just said, if a guy
So-
decided to change and he started
No,
building
a
up
guy
and
knows
have
when
money,
he friends on
Yeah.
you,
Mhm.
you're a friend because he has no interest in you.
He has no interest. Yeah, he don't want no relationship, nothing like that.
but a female, they can't think that way.
What?
Mhm.
No, we could never.
That's
You
crazy,
said that
ain't
was
it?
your friend, and he looks like that.
You get what I'm
Get
saying?
So
Exactly.
to me, I have guys that I know that are very attractive, and I'm friends with them. So I don't know what's so huge about the appearance of the guy because he looks that way. He cannot just be a friend.
I think it's a demeanor, the persona that a man puts out.
Mm.
So if you feel if
That's
you feel
insecure.
if you feel secure like, around him, you feel safe. You feel like damn, he's the most secure person I've ever been with, and he's my friend.
Mm.
Then you start to basically peel a level on okay, I might see him as a friend that could be a little more than friends.
Mm. So it's better off if I had an ugly duckly, then you'll be like, oh yeah,
What? Just
He's
have
up-
ugly
Yeah,
people
exactly,
running
yeah.
around, and
then
it's
make you feel
safe.
good. Wow. So
I
guys,
mean, no, you know what? Let's not badge the guys.
I'm not.
Let's talk about us as women. Is it okay for our guys to have friends and she's attractive? Are you okay with that? Let's just be honest. Because we got to start respecting it to where we're not just always criticizing man as being insecure. Let's talk about us as women and let's be honest. If your guy has a friend and she's attractive, are you okay with that?
to be honest with you,
No, I would have to build myself to be okay with that.
because that's the insecurity. Because now you're looking.
It's
but
not
if
an
you're looking, but
insecurity.
if
I
you're
don't know
looking,
the other person's intentions.
true.
Same thing the guy would say. I don't know his intentions.
So then
I don't
it balls
either.
down. Then that's mean that you shouldn't have any friends then.
Almost going there.
Almost
going to no friends, no problem.
Oh my gosh! So that's me, no friends, guys. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm
No,
lying.
for
That's not true. I'm not gonna cage no one up. I think
Exactly,
you should be
'cause-
entitled to speak to whoever you want to speak to, and you're gonna make your decision. And if I ever forbid have to find out about the decision you make, then we'll go from there.
But you know what? It's all about what's inside. If you know what you bring to the table, even though it could be another woman is 10 times better than you, and then he considered as a friend zone, I will not take it too, because I would not take it too personal, because when you do take it out of range and you be like, oh, are you doing this? Are you doing that?
No,
it makes
you
it
wanna-
easier for them to be like, oh,
No,
no,
you
then
know
now
what
he's
it is?
going to do it.
As a mate, it's my responsibility to make you understand whatever situation I have. You should never have me confused. So that's important. I need to know.
So you see that, guys?
Secure, and if we secure the situation, we wouldn't have these questions.
There you go. See?
I think
Yeah.
it is. I mean, don't you think so?
Yeah.
You should secure your mate. You know, you saying this a friend? Okay, let's go out with your friend and do all the other stuff too.
Exactly.
We all three musketeers could go out too.
Well, I want to say thank you guys for coming out here on my channel. So, guys, I will see you next week. Guys, you enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.